this is T-Joe, and I'm here with AAA, and today we are going to show G.I. Joe Classified, the Stinger. It is an awesome vehicle. The vamp was really cool. This one was always one of my favorites as a kid, and we're going to show you a lot of stuff on it, the attachments and stuff like that. So the cool thing about it is it's your standard vamp body, because here we pulled the vamp out to show you guys that both the vamp and the Stinger are both the same. Let me take this off the back. We'll show you that later. But the differences on them are quite a bit, and I'll let AAA go through them to give him some camera time here.
So here, as we look at them side by side, the vamp has the lights. The Stinger has this cool little ramrod bar. Though I do have to say the ramrod bar, these little spiky things do not hold on very well. Both of them have a winch. Both of them have an entrenching tool, but then we have different items here that snap on the front. Of course, the Stinger is going to be a little bit more industrial Cobra enhancer to the engine, while the vamp is going to be more of the gear just to carry extra stuff. As you saw in our vamp video, here's the side of the vamp, but here is the side of the Stinger, which the Stinger has doors, which what is it called? The Vamp 2. Vamp 2 does have doors, and it'll be the same.
Yeah, they'll probably come out with the same doors.
And I love that it's got a detail in here that shows off, some extra paint detail. It's got fun little spaces for the feet, just like the other. We've got the mirror. This is a little bit of wasted space, which you'll see on my modded one that I'm starting to utilize that wasted space. We've got the missiles back here. You can move the missiles. It tilts. It swivels. We have this back plate here, which is another thing that fell off easily in some of my test runs. So I'll show you what I did to modify those. And it's fun because it's got little the hot areas that indicate that it's got like engines to shoot off the missiles. Then the other side, very, very much similar to the previous. Door here.
Window comes down the front, just like the vamp.
Yeah, window comes down in the front. The top does pop off, so you could just have a pure Jeep experience, or you can have this armor Jeep experience.
Has the same inside as the vamp. Has the steering wheel, the gear shift.
So this is the back of one compared to the back of the other. One is definitely, though the vamp has this gun that's meant to have somebody manning it, there's nowhere for that person to stand.
No.
There's no one that can man this, but they gave him a place to stand. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Just some of the choices there,
Yeah, because they should have had one on the back of this one.
Right, yeah, there, we need this versus, it being here, because you're just going to get hit in the face with fire from these rockets. So intriguing.
Well, Cobra officers are disposable.
Pretty disposable.
So they're like red shirts for Star Trek.
So when we look at the interior here, the little gear shaft moves front and back. That's one of Atlas's favorite parts. Steering wheel moves. It does not connect to the wheels, though, so they are moving independent.
And it has the hoist in the front like the original the vamp.
Yep, and then it's got that winch on there, which does pull really easily, and then, you just use your fingers to move it in. Very much like the vamp, this opens up. You get to see the awesome engine in there, so you can have your Cobra officers work on those.
And it has
and then it has the fire extinguisher in the back, like the vamp. Though I think the vamp should have had the yellow fire extinguisher, because all the accessories on the vamp are yellow.
You're right.
But then they gave it the red one, but it's like everything is chromed for red on this, so it's just just some interesting little choices there that
maybe they did that on purpose so you could trade it out.
Yeah, maybe. So now you've got it. For those of you who have the vamp, you can now trade out those fire extinguishers.
And the vamp came with a bunch of blast effects.
So here is one that if it's on the ground, it's makes it look like it's going fast.
Cool.
We've got some effects like boom, missiles are hitting the ground.
They're nice effects.
Boom, it's hitting the top. Ah. And then we have another little ground blast effect showing, it's some extra little ditties, and then all of the little blast effects can go in the back of there, which is an interesting choice because it weighs it down And there's no way to make it look like it's actually shooting because it's like
If
it's just
they would
shooting
have
off the
used
back.
the Dragonfly's missile, they have the little ports on it. Actually, the holes are on the actual smoke, so you can stick the smoke onto where the missile goes, so the missile will be up front. But I don't know why they used the bazooka characters.
Little missile,
missile
effects.
That's kind of weird. How
and
they
I don't really understand where the little sockets here on the back.
That's what I was talking about. They have the little missiles that go for bazookas, like his little rockets go on it.
Whoa!
They use the missile effects from the characters and not from the vehicles, because the Dragonfly actually has pieces like holes in it where you can make it look like it's shooting and launching and stuff.
That's so wild.
So I don't know why they did it that way, but they did. But because it would have been really cool to have that feature where when you stuck that on there like that and you had like the look how
that
cool.
just looks so sick.
Yeah, you can't see it on the camera, but
you can see it on this one.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know why they did that. But Hasbro, shame on you.
Yeah, overall, I actually really like this one a little bit better than the Vamp, just with some of the details and some of the other elements. It just makes more sense. You know, the accent pieces on the Vamp prevent you from shutting the window fully, and that was always kind of an odd thing
Mine
for
clips.
me. Yours clips? Okay.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay, good.
yeah.
Well, then that's good. At least it's got that. So not as much comparable as what I remember, but I do like the Stinger a lot more. And
Every kid liked the Stinger more than the Vamp because
Stinger's just so cool. So I did do some modifications to my Stinger. I used an 1/8 of an inch drill bit to actually take the back holster from the actual driver, and then I put it here because it really doesn't make sense to have it on the back. Because first off, he couldn't really reach it with either one of the hands, and it just wouldn't really make sense for him to pull a big like automatic shotgun off of his back. But if you're going on the road, you hop right out of your vehicle, if I can even get it open, and then you just grab onto there. So I thought that was a cool thing because it adds a little bit of symmetry onto the actual Stinger, and it has that nice red accent, so it really pops.
Yeah.
I did glue my spikes onto the front, so then that way I do have a 7-year-old that is playing with this daily now since we have received it, and then this allows him to play around with it and not lose the parts. I also glued on the back, which it was kind of odd how it glued on, so I did have to do a little paint touch up just where you could see one little glue mark, but now it holds on really steadfast and you can really put a character on there if you wanted to. And then I did utilize that same drill bit, that same 1/8 of an inch drill bit, to put in a place for a backpack. So you can just put the backpack in, you can put the backpack out. I just chose one that looked like it had a lot of accoutrements, and it still doesn't take up too much real estate. And so once again,
this is a good idea.
That is 1/8 of an inch drill bit that you just go in and out. Just be very careful if you are going to mod it that you don't do it on any of the juncture points. So you kind of want to look at it a little bit beforehand to make sure you're not messing with any of the structural integrity of the actual vehicle. You just go in, go out. And
I think also Hasbro should have painted these up in the front just a little bit more white for the lights on top here. It would look really cool.
And for our viewers, there is like little silver light things up here, but we think that it should have had a little bit more of a chroma difference because it's gray going to silver.
And another cool thing is, if you want to keep yours out, a lot of people wanted to ask, does the MSS actually fit on the back of the Stinger? Why, yes, it does. And you just clip it on. It's kind of a odd angle, but there you go.
And then boom, look at that. You are action ready.
Yeah.
Heat Seek X03.
I think if you want to make the ports, look, see.
The ports fit. Oh, nice. Dang, they're going to blow some stuff up. That is crazy.
Yeah,
that is absolutely crazy.
It's a totally good piece. And then the cool thing about it is it attaches to that, attaches to the hiss,
Vamp, and
attaches to
tank,
the Vamp. But, G.I. Joe's, they're gonna come out with the green one for it. And it has the stationary thing where it makes it, sit on its own,
So now it's its own little stationary
rocket launcher.
Anti-air heat seek missiles.
It's really cool.
Well, yeah, I have to say that I was skeptical about the Stinger at first because I was real perturbed at myself for missing the Vamp. But then I got this in. my eyes lit up, my child's eyes lit up, and we have been playing with it nonstop, putting every Star Wars Black Series, G.I. Joe Classified, Marvel Legends in the driver's seat and doing
I'm
some
a bad
crazy
influence.
stunts. I know. Yeah, because it's actually one of the things where it's like I saw it was coming out, and I pre-ordered it for him, and I was like, well, let me go ahead and add one on for myself. So that's how we got it. But very cool. I think that this is a 9 out of 10 for me, just because I did have to do some modifications to make it a 10 out of 10.
I'm going with a solid 10 for me.
Cool.
Because I really love it, and I think they did a great job. Now, you know what? I'm going to take that back. I think I'm going to do 9 out of 10 because I think they should have done the blast effects from the Dragonfly, because the Dragonfly helicopter that's coming out has those new blast effects. It has the holes in the side of it, so I really like that better. But yeah, we just want to show you the new Stinger and G.I. Joe. I don't have the figure here.
I don't know why we didn't get the figure out.
He's just your Cobra officer painted gray. You guys know what the Stinger driver looks like, so just kind of look at your imagination. Right. Cobra officer gray with black stripes on him. So,
and you saw his backpack, which is really, that's not a good backpack for that character. Just
no,
that little holster.
I think you did a good job on yours. Putting it on the front. I like that Mad Max kind of pulling it off the front and shooting somebody thing going on.
You can tell that I've been, every year I get a watch through of Mad Max.
And I guess if you wanted to feel frisky, you could take your Vamp gun, trade it out, and now you have the, with classic green machine gun.
Oh, see, that looks good.
See, and look at the Vamp now.
Yep.
Huh?
And it makes more sense.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, now someone can actually stand on the back and shoot it.
You just made it 100 times more useful.
So yeah, I like how you can really just change parts out, and if you wanted to put that on there, you could make the Vamp 2, but the Vamp 2 will be brown, it won't be green, so that's pretty cool. So, but yeah. So there you go, guys. There is the G.I. Joe Classifieds Cobra Stinger, the Cobra MSS, and the modified Cobra Stinger by AAA. So
1/8 of an inch drill bit.
You heard them.
Yep.
So like us on all our Facebook pages, Instagram, the bell thingy, all that. I'm so old I don't get all that, but yeah, you got to like all that stuff.
You got to give them bell.
Hell's bells. All right, guys. Thank y'all.
Thank you for tuning in for Tacos and Toys. We'll check you next time.